Hi, Vaqueros. This is Patricia Alvarez McHatton, your Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, Student Success, and P16 Integration. It's that time of year again. We know you're busy with homework and other school projects, but I want to remind you about one more important thing that we want you to do before you leave for winter break. Registration for spring 2020 is now open. We're here to help you, so let us know how we can assist you. If you need any help as you're working through registration for the spring, please feel free to contact me or my office. We're here to help. Hope to see you in class.
A terroristic threat was reported last week, making it the first threat of its kind to be made at UTRGV according to officials. We have all the new developments. Plus, with Election Day being tomorrow, November 5th, we learned that the Brownsville campus is not a polling location for Cameron County, and commencement ceremonies are taking place at 2 new venues. We have this and so much more. UTRGV-TV starts now. Hi there, welcome back to a new edition of UTRGV-TV. I'm Rocio Villalobos. A terroristic threat was reported to police last week from an off-campus UTRGV School of Medicine clinic in Brownsville. Officials tell us this is the first time a threat of this kind has been made. Juliana Quiroz has the details and new developments on the incident.
On October 28th, UTRGV police notified the UTRGV community through text and social media on a terroristic threat made at the UT Health Bob Clark Clinic located almost 7 miles away from the Brownsville campus. Assistant Chief of Police tells us the threat was made by phone call with a Mexican phone number from an unknown male to a female staff member in the building that afternoon.
The threat was that several armed men were on the way to the clinic with guns and ammunition.
The responding agencies were UTRGV Police and the Cameron County Sheriff's Office. Officials tell us this is the first time a threat of this nature has been made at UTRGV.
I would agree with the chief that as far as this one, as far as like a straight terroristic threat to one of our facilities, yes, this is the first one I can remember. And I've been here since the school opened.
Gonzalez says the 3 staff members for the Bob Clark Clinic were not evacuated and remained in the building until 5 p.m. when the clinic closed for the day. Cruz tells us that they posted a police officer in the area the next day, also conducting a CRACE or a civilian response to active shooter event training with staff members.
I just wanted to point out that our community should take every opportunity to take advantage of that CRACE training, so that way, in the unfortunate event that you're caught in a situation like that, the training could help.
We wanted to speak with a female staff member who received the phone call, but we could not obtain further information until the investigation closes. The investigation is being conducted in conjunction with the FBI field office in Brownsville. Back to you, Rocio.
Election Day is tomorrow, November 5th, and for years, UTRGV has been a voting location for Hidalgo and Cameron County residents, but not this year. Reporter Jose Guerrero has the story.
Voting season is here. UTRGV provided early voting locations for students, faculty, and staff who reside in Hidalgo County, which left Cameron County out of the picture.
I knew it was early voting, and I didn't see any like signs, or voting over here. Most of the people that I know, they like to vote, and they're nowhere. I think we should have it. I think it's unfair that we're not gonna have it here.
We spoke with Cindy Mata, the Director of Student Activities, to find out why UTRGV did not provide early voting locations for residents in Cameron County.
Cameron County was going through some, I believe, budgetary concerns or cuts, and so it was decided by the county officials to not have either UTRGV or TSC as one of the locations.
Although UTRGV was not a polling location in Cameron County, Cindy Mata would still like to emphasize the importance of voting in current and future elections.
We'd like to see ourselves as advocates for our citizens to exercise the right to vote. As a university, we're nonpartisan, so we just want students, faculty, and staff to exercise the right to vote. Yes, we're a little disheartened that this October we weren't able to provide it here for our students, faculty, and staff, and even our local community, but we're hoping to get it back for February and for future elections after that.
Although early voting is over, you can still vote on Election Day, November 5th. A state ID is required and a voter registration card is recommended. For more information on Election Day, visit UTRGV Vaqueros Vote online. For UTRGV-TV, I'm Jose Guerrero.
Commencement ceremonies for students graduating this semester taking place at 2 new venues. I sat down with the university registrar to get the full details.
It is easily one of the best days of the semester.
Graduation is fast approaching and more than 2,000 students will accept their diplomas at new to UTRGV venues. The McAllen Convention Center has long been the commencement ceremony destination for students from the Upper Valley and DeLon on the Brownsville campus for students from the Lower Valley. But due to lack of availability and unpredictable weather, that is changing.
There were concerns posed about safety because, of course, it gets dark and it's outdoors, and it's very difficult, of course, to plan for weather.
Montes says there was an incident during a recent commencement in which inclement weather disrupted the ceremony and it had to be moved to an indoor venue.
Having already changed the ceremony one time due to weather at the last minute, we realized it's kind of difficult.
Commencement ceremonies taking place this fall at the Bert Ogden Arena and Harlingen Convention Center. Thanks to the size of the arena, students from Edinburgh now receive 9 tickets opposed to the previous 5, which is good for students like Skilachi Martinez who have extended family they want to invite.
My grandma, my parents, 2 uncles, an aunt who supported me through when I was trying to get my education done, especially these last couple of semesters.
Those in Brownsville received 3 fewer tickets, but Montes says they have the option of attending the ceremony in Edinburgh instead.
For some students, it's more convenient to graduate on a Friday, and for others, they prefer a Saturday because of family purposes, and some are making location changes specific to the ticket numbers because they want more tickets.
She tells us students will be surveyed soon after the ceremonies to learn about their experience. As of now, the university has not booked locations for the upcoming spring ceremonies, so the venues could once again change.
Nothing is set in stone for our spring commencement ceremonies. That's still up in the air, but I know our experiences this December will drive in part where we end up in the spring.
The graduation application for this fall is still available and will remain open until November 15th. In Edinburgh for UTRGV-TV, Rocio Villalobos. The Vaquero Tech Centers and Apple-authorized campus stores are set to have a grand opening on November 19th.
A little sitting area with large screen TV monitors, and we'll be able to hold workshops there, professional development, faculty training, student training. Not only will we be able to sell devices at these stores, I might add at educational pricing, which you don't get at any other Apple store, but also there will be a trained technician, so any repairs that need to be done can be done on site and not have to send it off to wherever to get the repairs done.
Don't forget, there will also be giveaways, refreshments, raffles, and more. The grand opening will be at 11 a.m. in Brownsville and 3 p.m. in Edinburgh. Pedestrian safety is an issue law enforcement takes seriously, but as Nathaniel Puente reports, motorists are not always at fault for collisions with pedestrians.
Bikes, cars, feet. These are the things that move us across the road. Each type of transportation has a set of rules to follow, but what happens when one group does not comply?
Their bikes going from street to street, from sidewalk to sidewalk, sometimes without even looking at the street.
Cyclist safety is an issue at UTRGV. Several times a year, cyclists are struck by vehicles. UTRGV PD tells us how this issue can be avoided.
A pedestrian or a bicyclist on the road, you need to be aware of the blind spots that cars have. Slowing down, making sure that they see you, making eye contact before you enter the roadway or cross would go a long way to preventing an accident.
While some people believe pedestrians always have the right of way, Chapter 552 of the Texas Transportation Code tells another story. Section 3BA states that a pedestrian may not suddenly leave a curb or other place of safety and proceed into the path of a vehicle. This situation has law enforcement encouraging safe measures for everyone.
There's a committee that's been formed with the university, and they're looking at all sorts of different options. I'm sure that we'll be discussing them in the future, but right now, that work is in progress.
How do motorists feel about this?
I think cyclists have gotten a little out of hand. That would be something for the city to do, make a certain rule. If they don't do it, well, it's going to continue happening.
So no matter what form of transportation you use, remember to share the road
and follow traffic laws.
Reporting for UTRGV-TV, I'm Nathaniel Puente.
The UTRGV chess team won the Texas Collegiate Superfinals for the second year in a row. Our reporter Verilu Infante spoke with the team's coach to discuss the victory and what it means for the program.
The UTRGV chess team competed at this year's 2019 Texas Collegiate Superfinals. Team A earned first place and Team B earned second.
I think my guys were really focused. They wanted to show that we are really as UTRGV the best forever, maybe, hopefully.
This is the second year in a row the chess team has earned first place at the Superfinals. But for freshman Irakli Beratze, it's his first team championship win with UTRGV.
It was kind of hard because chess one game stretches up to 3 hours, and you have to be concentrated during that time. At the end, I was pretty happy because we won, and it started pretty nicely.
The next tournament the chess team will be competing at is the Pan American Intercollegiate Championship taking place in December.
And our goal there is to finish among top 4 colleges. Why top 4? Because later top 4 will play the final tournament called the Final Four, and that's our chance. That's how we can try to defend our championship title.
Ashea also mentions that UTRGV will have a new course next semester offered by the School of Mathematics called the Mathematics of Chess.
And why it's unique? Because it's not easy to have such a class. It requires instructors that are prepared both from the chess point of view and from the mathematical point of view.
According to Mashea, UTRGV will be the second institute in the nation to offer this course alongside Harvard University. Both Mashea and Beratze encourage others to join or learn chess, whether it's in the UTRGV Chess Club or in local community events. Reporting for UTRGV-TV in Brownsville, I'm Verilu Infante.
Okay, so let's play a very fast game.
A department celebrates Dia de los Muertos by creating altars to remember victims of the El Paso shooting and migrants that have died while trying to cross the border. Here's this week's UTRGV-TV's Noticias en Español with Kim Meza.
El Departamento de Sociología honró a las víctimas de la matanza del Paso y a los inmigrantes con intento de cruzar a los Estados Unidos.
El Día de los Muertos celebramos un día cultural entre la cultura mexicana, que es actualmente antes de la conquista que comenzó esta celebración. Entonces la UDA surgió que siempre en la celebración del Día de los Muertos honramos, recordamos nuestros seres queridos.
Elizabeth Ibarra, estudiante que ayudó a crear los altares con un nudo en la garganta, platicó el por qué se conmovió tanto.
Mi mamá se me murió. I'm sorry. Yo cada año le hago a mi mamá un altar. Cuando Mr. Villarreal nos dio la idea, ayúdenme a hacer el altar. Yo ya tenía muchas ideas, ya tenía todo hecho en mi mente.
En los altares los estudiantes pusieron fotos de las víctimas del Paso y varias fotos de migrantes que no tuvieron triunfo en cruzar a los Estados Unidos, más otras cosas de ofrenda como velas, agua y comida. Villarreal dice que los altares estarán disponibles para ver toda la semana. Uno también puede llevar artículos para poner en los altares. Reportando en Edinburgh para UTRGV-TV Noticias en Español, yo soy Kim Meza.
Now here's this week's police reports released to us by UTRGV PD this past week. On October 30th at 9:43 a.m., a female student reported a roommate at the Casa Bella apartments poured laundry detergent in her orange juice. The female drank the orange juice but immediately noticed it had a bad taste. No injuries were reported. Case under investigation. On October 31st at 12:57 a.m., UTRGV communications operator notified officers that several subjects were seen on the border cameras running north on River Levee Road towards University Boulevard. U.S. Border Patrol agents were able to apprehend a total of 6 individuals by the brush area. USBP took custody of all 6, 3 females and 3 males from Mexico without further incident. That same morning at 3:08 a.m., an officer was dispatched to the thermal plant in Brownsville in reference to USBP agents searching for 4 individuals in the area. USBP agents apprehended 4 individuals in the brush area behind location. An adult male from Nicaragua, an adult male from El Salvador, a male juvenile from Guatemala, and a female juvenile from El Salvador were taken into custody by USBP agents without incident. That's all we have for you today, but remember, if you have a story you would like for us to know about, or know someone who's making an impact on campus or in the community, you can contact us through our social media or email us at tv@utrgv.edu. We have community and UTRGV news for you every week. See you next time.